We were doing Act 1, Scene 2, and it is line 95. Now the last person to make, who had come with a desire to choose the caskets was the German Duke, and he is a drunkard, and Portia does not wish to marry him at all. So Nerissa asked the question, what will happen if he happens to choose the right casket? And Portia replies that she will marry the person who chooses the right casket. She will not disobey her father's will. Even though her father is dead, she will obey all that he had spoken before his death. And she will marry only the person who has chosen the right casket. So that was line 100 on page 40, Merchant of Venice. Portia says, if I live to be as old as Sibylla, I will die as chaste as Diana, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. Sibylla refers to a prophetess of Cumae, that is Sibyl, and she was granted a wish by Apollo that she could live as many grains of sand which she can hold in her hand. She can hold both her hands together, collect sand in her hand, and Apollo granted her the wish that she could live as many years as there are grains of sand in her hand. And Diana is the goddess of the moon. She is also the goddess of chastity. Portia here means that even if she becomes very old, she will remain unmarried unless somebody obtains her according to the way her father wanted. That is the choice of the caskets. So even if she becomes old, she will not marry anybody unless somebody chooses the right casket. I am glad this parcel of wooers are so reasonable, for there is not one among them but I dote on his very absence. About 6 of them have already come, but they leave Belmont even before they make their choice, because they are not willing to keep the conditions. The father has introduced 3 conditions for anybody who comes to make their choice of the caskets. The first was, he should not tell anyone which casket he has chosen. Second one, he should remain unmarried. If he chooses the wrong casket, he cannot marry anybody else. He cannot propose marriage to any lady. And the third, if he chooses the wrong casket, he has to leave immediately. He cannot argue. He should leave Belmont immediately. Now these 6 people are not willing to keep the conditions, so they leave even without making a choice. And Portia says, I dote on his very absence. I don't wish to marry any of these 6 people, and I am eager that they will have a safe journey back. I actually wanted them to leave Belmont. I dote on his very absence. So I pray God grant them a fair departure. I hope that their journey back home will be pleasant. They will have a safe journey. I was eager that they do not choose the right casket and that they leave immediately. Do you remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar and a soldier that came hither in the company of the Marquis of Montferrat? Yes, it was Bassanio. So Portia remembers him very well, and when Nerissa reminds her of that incident, when Bassanio had visited her, when the father was alive, in the company of the Marquis of Montferrat. So she is very eager. Yes, it was Bassanio. From this we know that she wants Bassanio to choose the right casket. As I think so, he was called. True, madam, he of all the men that ever my foolish eyes looked upon was the best deserving a fair lady. Nerissa is Portia's companion or lady in waiting, and her only duty is to look after Portia, and even Nerissa feels that Bassanio was the most suitable person for Portia. Portia, I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of thy praise. Nerissa speaks of Bassanio as a Venetian, a scholar, and a soldier. Means he was brave, he was well educated, and he belongs to Venice. And Portia says he is worthy of all the praise that Nerissa spoke about him. Enter a servant. How now, what news? The 4 strangers seek for you. Actually, it is not 4, 6 people have come to make their choice. The 4 strangers seek for you, madam, to take their leave. They want to leave. And there is a forerunner come from the 5th. After or even before these 6 people leave Belmont, a messenger has come from a 5th, the Prince of Morocco, who brings word the prince's master will be here tonight. Prince of Morocco is an African. He has a dark complexion, and he has sent a messenger to Portia expressing his desire to make his choice of the caskets. If I could bid the 5th welcome with so good a heart as I can bid the other 4 farewell. The 4 strangers, that is the German Duke, the French Lord, and the Neapolitan Prince, all those 4 people. It's not 4, I told you it is 6. If I could bid the 5th person with as much eagerness as I am bidding farewell to the other people who have come here. They leave even without making a choice. I should be glad of his approach. I should be happy that he is coming. If I was able to welcome him with as much eagerness as I am bidding farewell to the other strangers, to the other suitors who had come. Even if he have the condition of a saint, if he has a good character, just like a saint, if he is virtuous, and the complexion of a devil, if he is dark in color. Africans, they are dark in color. I had rather he should shrive me than wive me. So I would wish that he will shrive me means, shrive means confession. In the Catholic religion, the people of the parish confess their sins to the priest. And so Portia says, if he has the complexion of a devil, means if he has a dark complexion, I would wish that he will hear my confession, then marry me. Then wive me means marry me. Come, Nerissa, Sirrah, go before. She's asking the servant to welcome the messenger. Whilst we shut the gate upon one wooer, another knocks at the door. The others have left or are about to leave Belmont, and the next suitor has come, which is the messenger from the Prince of Morocco. So with that we finish Act 1, Scene 2.